kill me, man! Don't kill me! Don't kill me, man!
I'm not going to kill you. I want you to do me a favor. I want you to tell all your friends about me.
What are you?
I'm Batman.
Hello everyone, thanks so much for joining me here today as we get to talk about one of my favorite subjects, comic books. My name is Jose, I love comic books, I love talking about them, I love sharing them with you. Feel free to follow me on social media if you would like, links are in the description below. I've also posted a link to the DC fan page which will have plot synopsis and character bio. So we are going to be looking at Batman 424 from 1988. So, you want to know where Death in the Family sort of begins and Robin's demise sort of begins? I say this issue. So, Jim Starlin is the writer for a short Batman run. I own every single one of these comic books. Jim Starlin is mostly known as the cosmic guy, you know, Infinity Gauntlet, Thanos, all that stuff. But he had a pretty good Batman. Very urban, very, I don't know. So, I have described how in Detective Comics, Robin was like 12. And in Batman series, he's like a 17-year-old punk. So, he stopped showing up in Detective Comic books when they got a new team. And Starlin just basically kind of went his whole, Jason Todd is a madman and needs to be killed. So, this is sort of where we get into that. So, here we go. Alright, Jason Todd, Robin, hears a scream, and his instincts take over. He has no way of foreseeing the mess he's swinging into. Jason is about to experience the real downside of fighting crime, about to learn that the good guys don't always win, about to meet the diplomat's son. So, here's Robin again. He's Jason Todd at this side. Here is our credits. Jim Starlin. Doc Bright is actually Mark Bright, who's the penciler in Iron Man. For a short while, he was the penciler for most of the Silver Centurion armor time. So I think this is toward the this could be 1988, I think 86, 87. Yeah, he could be doing double duty at this time. So he's working at some Batman. Jim Apato's mostly the Batman artist. But Mark Bright has actually filled in a couple of issues. So, all right. He lands just the way I taught him, balanced and ready for trouble. Only trouble is there doesn't seem to be anyone at home. But then Felipe Garzonas comes out of the bedroom. Madre de Dios, what do you want? Get out of here. Va, leave, or I will kill you. Felipe has both the size and strength over Jason, but the lad has Garzona's beat hands down in skill and speed. Had enough? Juan, venir, prisa. Senor Garzonas, what is going on? Kill this intruder. Cut him. My pleasure, senor. Come to Juan mi uno poco. Means, I don't know. Uno poco means one little. I'd never heard that phrase. Juan's good with that Bowie knife. Too good for Robin to handle on his own. Fortunately, the lad isn't alone. Mi amigo. Why don't you try someone more your own size? I love this blue. It's my favorite color of Batman. So, he decides to take me up on the offer. Probably the worst mistake Juan ever made. 20 seconds later. You shouldn't have allowed yourself to be forced into a corner like that. Next time, I might not be Sorry, I might not see where you go. By the way, what brought you in here? A woman's scream. I think it came from the bedroom. Take a look and see. My God, please, please don't hurt me. Half an hour later, down in police headquarters. It was Juan. He kidnapped me. I got off work. I'm a model. Gloria, was it Juan who assaulted you? No, he only brought me to the apartment because Felipe ordered it. Then it was Felipe who did this. Yes, this is the second time he's done this to me. We had a date the first time. I didn't know what he was like. Did you report the attack to the police? That first time, no. Why not? I was so ashamed. I wanted it all to go away. I wanted to forget it. Well, he won't get away with it this time, Miss Stanson. We caught him dead to rights. Kidnapping, assault, resisting arrest. Felipe is about to spend some hard time. By the way, vigilantes, it doesn't. Only in comic books does it work. So, I'm afraid you're wrong about that, Robin, says Commissioner Gordon. What are you talking about? Felipe says Miss Stenson came to the apartment on her own, uninvited. The story is Gloria got her black eye banging into the door when she tripped. He claims Gloria's trying to cause trouble because he'd broken off their affair. Juan backs up this story. And Robin says, it's all lies. I know, Robin, but we can't prove it. We're going to have to cut Garzonas loose. This stinks, says Robin. The worst part of this whole mess is that even if we could crack their dirty little story, it wouldn't make any difference. We'd still have to release Felipe Garzonas. I don't understand, says Robin. It's Felipe's father. He's Jose Garzonas, the ambassador from Bogotago. Felipe has diplomatic immunity. We can't touch him. No, 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 says the girl. Then that means he can come after me again anytime he wants. So, they had to sedate Gloria Stanson. She spent the night in the hospital. Felipe's high-priced legal talent had him out on the street in 45 minutes after we brought him in. He was never even booked. Sometimes it just shouldn't work that way. Or sometimes it just shouldn't work out the way it should. All right. I want this guy, Batman, says Robin. Well, you can't have him, at least not for what he did to Gloria Stanson. But that doesn't mean we're done with that little creep. What have you got in mind? Our country and Felipe's presently have a well-publicized anti-drug operation taking place down in Bogotago. I think it's meant to be a play on Bogota, which is the capital of Colombia. We sent federal marshals to help Bogotago eradicate the coca fields that grow everywhere out in the countryside and jungle. But what's that got to do with Felipe? You've apparently become too emotionally involved with this case, Jason. Otherwise, you would have noticed Felipe's hyperactivity, shaky hands, and pinpoint pupils. You mean Felipe was stoned when we busted him. I suspect he had a nose full of cocaine. Batman in the 80s was really cool. Actually, Batman was pretty cool until the Image era. I'm going to eventually talk about the Image effect and what Image Comics had with the big two. And it unfortunately was not a good time for Batman leading up to Bane. It actually was okay, but then things fell off the rail after they broke the Batman's back and they had like Iron Man Batman. So if we can catch him holding the State Department, we'll request Felipe's recall to Bogotago. He'll have to return home in disgrace with no hope of ever following his father into the diplomatic corps. That's not much of a punishment. I'm afraid it's the best we can do. And so, we're down at the Batcave. The first thing we need to do is learn everything we can about Felipe and his father. Let's see what the CIA computer files have. Batman hacked into the CIA even in the 80s. Well, look at this. It appears Jose Garzona is a powerful right-wing political strongman down in Bogatago. The CIA suspects him of smuggling coke into our own country. It seems Felipe has been sampling some of his father's wares. I wonder if Jose knows. Probably not. What do we do now? We wait and we keep an eye on little Felipe. So, Felipe lives the life of a truly idle rich. He does absolutely nothing useful with his time. His day starts late and consists of nothing but long lunches and getting high. At night he parties and gets still higher. And it should be and higher still. This guy spends money like he has a tree it grows on. Not a tree, Robin. It's a plant. A coca plant. Over the next 3 days, we have a dozen opportunities to bust Felipe holding, but we hold off. I want to take out a part of the senior Garzona's operations when Felipe takes his fall. Jason doesn't like this idea. It's kind of cool seeing Batman sort of crouched like that. You don't see that very often. He hasn't yet learned that 90% of crime fighting is waiting. I've read plenty of Batman. There's not that much waiting. He's gonna get away if we don't pop him now. I don't care about his father. I want Felipe. I can't stand just sitting around like this. When's Felipe gonna make his move? I think right about now. Good vertical panels. This is the first time Felipe has gone out with 2 bodyguards. It's not easy following the limo through that heavy Gotham traffic without being spotted, but we manage. The Batmobile right in traffic. That is awesome. They finally park in front of a dilapidated building that just screams, buy your dope here. It's a 4th floor walk-up, scheduled for demolition, supposedly no tenants. The rhythmic knock on the door is obvious an entry code. Who is it? It's me, Felipe. Open up. And so, what do you want, kid? More nose candy, Parker. Why else would I come to this dump? This is no good, Felipe. If your old man ever catches that I'm supplying you with Below Hill, he'd do much worse if he knew how much I discovered you were skimming from the profits, Parker. Alright. How much do you want? Half a lid will do for now. And Batman comes in with a battering ram. Then throws it at this guy. Here comes Robin. This is an older Robin, like I said, from what was being portrayed in Detective Comics. Soon, there was, like I said, no Robin in Detective Comics, and he was exclusively on Batman. This is before Robin had his own series, so, and I hate this uniform. I'm glad that one of the first things when they introduced Tim Drake was they updated the uniform, which I agree with, because this was really dated. He just looked so idiotic with that thing. All right. Batman the Animated Series, the Robin there, the Tim Drake had already been introduced, so they just decided to go with that Robin uniform. But like I said, it's a silly uniform. This is the last of them, not quite. Let's not forget Felipe over here. He's all yours, says Batman again. Some nice vertical panels. Come on, Felipe, be a sport. Resist my taking you in. Please resist. He doesn't. An hour later, Felipe's lawyer is bringing him from custody, but this time Jose's son is booked. We have to release him, but Washington's already gotten word. Felipe's recall is only days away. Have a nice trip back to Bogatago, scumbag. Come along, Felipe. Let's just get out of here. Uno momento. I have a phone call to make before we go. It's me, Felipe. Did I wake you? Are you looking really foxy tonight, babe? I'll be over to see you later tonight. We'll talk more then, Gloria. Hasta luego. You animal, you dirty, stinking animal. That's the girl that um, that he had raped. Let him go, Robin. He's not worth it. Gloria, that poor girl. She's got to be in a panic. I'll get her phone number from the arrest sheet. And Robin's trying to call. She's not picking up. I don't like this. So, Gloria Doorman doesn't even remember seeing Gloria's doorman doesn't remember seeing her leave during the past hour as Batman and Robin are going over there. Again, I love these vertical panels. Very cool. Batman busts in the door. Gloria, it's Batman and Robin. Everything okay? Where are you? Check the bedroom. I'll take the kitchen. And of course, oh no, no, says Robin. And poor Gloria hung herself. This is, let me tell you, when you look at where Batman was in the 50s and 60s, what it started to become in the 70s, by the 80s, man, this just was something else. I tell you, this was something else. So Gloria had been like cracked crystal, still beautiful, but someone you'd be afraid to touch for fear of shattering her. She was too fragile for a world inhabited by monsters like Felipe Garzonas. I should have seen that. I should have. So Robin's, of course, very angry. So many should haves, but didn't. I called for an ambulance to take her to the morgue. But when I get off the line, Robin is gone. He's got to be heading for, and of course we know, Felipe's apartment. Well, Felipe, the good life was sweet while it lasted. Adios, Estados Unidos. It will not be easy for me back in Bogotá. Father will be furious. No more cocaine. How sad. No more liberated American woman either. I'm going to miss those silly little creatures. In Gotham, I'll miss this lady also. I wonder if I will ever return to this neon city. And, of course, Robin's here. Felipe, he says. And Felipe falls. Alright, so this is the thing. Alright. Robin, what happened? He just looks at Batman. Robin, did Felipe fall? Or was he pushed? I guess I spooked him. He slipped. And Robin leaves. Ladies and gentlemen, this is something I don't know if this issue just flies under the radar, but let me tell you, when I first read this issue, I was stunned. Everyone knows he pushed him, and then now in retrospect, when you see how he ended up becoming the Red Hood, you definitely know he pushed him. Back then, you know, you had the whole thing, but trust me, they did not do this no, you know, they knew damn well that they were going to have the kid push him without actually showing it. So, what do you guys think? Think he slipped? I don't believe that for a second. So, this is the issue that sort of leads. There's still another issue, but this is what's going to lead into death in the family and the supposed death, because it's comic books and nobody dies, of Robin. So, hope you enjoyed it. This issue is really, really good. Like I said, it flies under the radar. So, Batman 424, written by Jim Starlin, penciled by Mark Bright, and inks by Steve Mitchell. Like and subscribe, and I do thank you for listening. Goodbye.